Hello and welcome to another part of this chapter, numerical analysis. In the previous part, we have discussed about Newton's forward interpolation formula. In this part, we shall discuss about Newton's backward interpolation formula. Suppose there are n plus 1 number of equispaced arguments which are denoted by x0, x1, x2 up to xn, h being the distance between any two consecutive arguments. So xk is equal to x0 plus kh, where h is the distance between any two consecutive arguments. And suppose that the functional values at this n plus 1 number of arguments are given, which are y0, y1, y2 up to yn. These are called entries. We do not know the function fx. In interpolation, we find the value of this function fx at any other points other than these arguments, and remember that the point must lie between x0 and xn. This process is called interpolation. In Newton's forward interpolation formula, we find the value of the function at a point which is close to x0, that means which is close to the start of the table. And in Newton's backward interpolation formula, we find the value of this function at a point which is close to xn, that means which is very close to the end of the table. Actually, there is not much difference between Newton's forward interpolation formula and backward interpolation formula. In forward interpolation formula, the point lies at the start of the table, and in Newton's backward interpolation formula, the point x lies at the end of the table. Furthermore, in forward interpolation formula, we use the forward differences of y0, and in this case we shall use the backward differences of yn. So actually our target is to find a polynomial, suppose nbx. B for backward. Suppose we shall find a polynomial nbx of degree less equal to n, as there are n plus 1 number of entries given. So with this n plus 1 number of entries, we can find at most n plus 1 number of coefficients. And we know that a polynomial of degree n has n plus 1 number of coefficients. So from this data we can find a polynomial of degree at most n. So we shall find a polynomial of degree at most n such that it satisfies all these n plus 1 number of data. That means we shall find the polynomial nbx in such a manner that nbxi, this must be equal to fxi, or this is equal to yi, where I varies from 0 to n. So there are n plus 1 number of conditions there. So using this n plus 1 number of conditions, we shall find this polynomial nbx. So we first assume the polynomial nbx. We assume this form of this polynomial nbx. This is of degree n, and we assume that nbx is equal to c0 plus c1 into x minus xn plus c2 into x minus xn into x minus xn minus 1 up to cn into x minus xn, x minus xn minus 1 up to x minus x1. Just remember the difference between forward interpolation formula and backward interpolation formula. In forward interpolation formula, we had assumed x minus x0 here, and in backward formula we are assuming x minus xn. So we are starting from the end. So there are actually n plus 1 number of coefficients, c0, c1, c2 up to cn, and using this n plus 1 number of conditions, we shall evaluate this n plus 1 number of conditions. So let us start. First we assume the last condition, that means nbxn is equal to yn. So this is the last condition. If we put I equal to n here, so nbxn, the value of this polynomial at the point xn, must be equal to yn, the last entry. So if we put x equal to xn in this polynomial, then we find that except for the first term, all the remaining terms vanish, because in all these terms there is one common product, that is x minus xn. So if we put x equal to xn, then all these terms cancelled out. Only the one term will be there, that is c0. So this is c0 equal to yn. So we have one constant, c0 is equal to yn. Next we shall use the second last condition, that is nb xn minus 1 is equal to yn minus 1. The value of this polynomial at the point xn minus 1 must be equal to yn minus 1. So if we put x equal to xn minus 1 in this polynomial, then we find that except for the first two terms, all the remaining terms vanish. So c0 plus c1 into xn minus 1 minus xn is equal to yn minus 1. Now what is the value of c0? We have already obtained that c0 equal to yn. So it is yn plus c1 into, now what is the value of xn minus 1 minus xn? So if we use this condition, then we find that xn minus 1 minus xn, these two are consecutive arguments and the distance between these two arguments is h, and remember that xn is greater than xn minus 1, so this should be equal to minus h. So this is minus h, that is equal to yn minus 1. Therefore we have c1 is equal to yn minus 1 by h. Now since this is Newton's backward interpolation formula, so we shall express this numerator in terms of backward difference. So this is equal to backward difference of yn by h. So here we have obtained that value of this coefficient c1 is nothing but the backward difference of yn divided by h. Next we shall evaluate c2. To evaluate c2, we shall replace x equal to xn minus 2 in this polynomial, and if we use the condition that the polynomial value at the point xn minus 2, this should be equal to yn minus 2. So if we replace x equal to xn minus 2 in this polynomial, then except for the first three terms, all the remaining terms vanish. So let us replace x equal to xn minus 2 in this polynomial. If we replace x equal to xn minus 2 in the polynomial, then using this condition, the polynomial value at the point xn minus 2 must be equal to yn minus 2. So if we replace x equal to xn minus 2 in the polynomial, we get this value, c0 plus c1 into xn minus 2 minus xn plus c2 into xn minus 2 minus xn multiplied by xn minus 2 minus xn minus 1 is equal to yn minus 2. Now we have already evaluated that the value of c0 is nothing but yn, and the value of c1, this is backward difference of yn divided by h. Now what is the value of xn minus 2 minus xn? The distance between xn minus 2 and xn is 2h, and since xn is greater than this value, so this is minus 2h plus c2 into, now xn minus 2 minus xn, this is minus 2h, and xn minus 2 minus xn minus 1, the distance between two consecutive arguments, and xn minus 1 is greater than xn minus 2, so this is minus h. So this is minus h equal to yn minus 2. Now this is equal to yn. Now backward difference of yn, this is equal to yn minus 1, and if we cancel h, we get minus 2 plus c2 into, this is 2h square is equal to yn minus 2. So this is equal to c2 into 2h square. This is equal to, if we take all these remaining terms in the right hand side, then we get yn minus 2yn minus 1 plus yn minus 2. Now if we use the backward difference, then we find that this is nothing but the second order backward difference of yn. So this can be written as backward delta square on yn. So this is equal to c2, this is equal to backward delta square on yn by 2h square, which can be written as backward delta square yn divided by 2 factorial into h square. Now continuing in this process, we can find that the value of the coefficient ck, this is backward delta k times on yn divided by k factorial into h to the power k, and finally the value of cn, last coefficient, that is backward delta n times on yn divided by n factorial h to the power n. So these are the values of the coefficients. Now if we replace all these coefficients in the polynomial, then we shall get the Newton's backward interpolating polynomial. If we replace the values of the coefficients in the polynomial, then we get this form of the polynomial. So this is Newton's backward interpolating polynomial, but we shall find a more standard form of this polynomial by using the transformation u equal to x minus xn by h. If we use this transformation u equal to x minus xn by h, then x minus xn minus k, this is equal to x minus xn plus xn minus xn minus k, so that x minus xn can be written as uh and xn minus xn minus k, the distance between these 2 points is kh. So this is u plus k times of h. So x minus xn minus k, this can be written as u plus k into h. So if we put k equal to 0 here, then x minus xn, this can be written as uh. If we put k equal to 1, then x minus xn minus 1, this can be written as u plus 1 into h. So using this transformation, the final form of this polynomial becomes nbx. You can write nbu here because now this will be a function of u. So nbx or nbu, this is equal to yn plus x minus xn by h, this is u. So this is u into delta yn plus x minus xn equal to uh, x minus xn minus 1 equal to u plus 1 into h. So this is u into u plus 1 by 2 factorial into delta square yn, and continuing this, the final term will be u into u plus 1, u plus 2 up to u plus n minus 1 by n factorial delta to the power n of yn. So this is the final form of Newton's backward interpolating polynomial. Now remember that x is close to the end of the table, so x is close to xn, then u must be a small quantity. So if x is very close to xn, then u is very small. In this case, Newton's backward interpolating polynomial gives better result. Now next we shall solve a problem by using this Newton's backward interpolating formula. We consider this example. Find the value of the function at the point 1.38 from the following table. Here we find that there are 4 arguments given, equispaced arguments with h equal to 0.1, the distance between any 2 consecutive arguments, and 4 corresponding entries are given. And we have to find the value of the function 1.38, which is very close to 1.4, the last argument. So we shall use Newton's backward interpolation formula. As we know that in Newton's backward interpolation formula, we need the backward differences of the last entry, that is 10.744. So we construct backward difference table. From the table we can find the backward differences of the last entry. We have constructed the backward difference table. We know that for backward difference, the backward difference of y0 is not known, because to find this backward difference we need the previous value. So this is the first backward difference of y1, and this can be found by subtracting the previous value from this value. So this is equal to this value minus the previous value. Similarly, this value can be found by subtracting the previous value from this value. And finally 1.047, this value can be found by subtracting the previous value from this value. So these are the first order backward differences. Next, to find the second order backward differences, first one is this value. This can be found by subtracting the previous value from this value. So this is equal to 0.969 minus 0.897. Finally, this value, this can be found by subtracting 0.969 from 1.047. So these are the two second order backward differences, and only one third order backward difference is possible, that is 0.006. This can be found by subtracting this one from this value. So this is the backward difference table, and we know that in Newton's backward interpolation formula we need the backward differences of the last entry. Here the last entry is 10.744, so we need the backward differences of this. The first backward difference is 1.047, the second backward difference is 0.078, and the third order difference is 0.006. So we need all these four values. We know that this is the Newton's backward interpolation formula, NBX, that is equal to this one. Now this can be written in more standard form if we replace u equal to x minus xn by h. Now since from the table we have found that only up to third order differences are possible, so we are retaining only the first four terms, that means the terms up to the third order differences of yn. So if we replace this u equal to x minus xn by h, then this formula becomes yn plus u into delta yn plus u into u plus 1 by 2 factorial into delta square yn, and finally this term u into u plus 1 into u plus 2 by 3 factorial into delta cube yn. Now we know that u is equal to x. Now what is the value of x? We need to find the value of the function at 1.38. So x equal to 1.38 minus xn, the last argument, which is 1.4, divided by h. Now h is equal to 0.1. So if we compute this, we get this is equal to minus 0.2. So this is the value of u, minus 0.2. So if we replace this, then nb at the point 1.38, the backward polynomial at the point 1.38, this is equal to yn. And what is the value of yn? Yn equal to 10.744 plus u into delta yn. What is the value of u? U is minus 0.2 into delta yn, backward difference of yn. First order backward difference of yn is 1.047. This can be found from the table. Next, plus u into u plus 1. Now u equal to minus 0.2, u into u plus 1, minus 0.2 plus 1 by 2 factorial is 2 multiplied by second order backward difference of yn. Now what is the value of second order backward difference of yn? This is 0.078. And finally this term. Now this is u into u plus 1. So minus 0.2 minus 0.2 plus 1 into minus 0.2 plus 2 divided by 3 factorial, which is 6, and third order backward difference of yn, and this is 0.006. Now we have to compute the values of these separate terms. Now using the calculator we have found that the value of the second term is minus 0.2094, the value of this third term is minus 0.0062, and finally the value of this last term is minus 0.0003. Simplifying, this is equal to 10.5281. Now since all the given values are correct up to 3 decimal places, so we have to convert the final result, which is correct up to 3 decimal place. So here if we round it up to 3 decimal places, then the fourth digit is 1, which is strictly less than 5. So this result correct up to 3 decimal place is 10.528. So the value of the function which is correct up to 3 decimal place at the point 1.38 is 10.528. So that completes the solution. And with this we complete this part. In this part we have considered Newton's backward interpolation formula, and using this formula we have solved an example. In the next part we shall consider the Lagrange interpolation formula. So see you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.